Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Woo! Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Welcome back to the Sports Renegades here on SportsSoundChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stuffridge.
And I'm Ryan Risky.
We're going to do some picks here for the NFL. We're going to give our take on on who we think is going to win. We're starting off with the Seahawks and Cardinals, which kicks off in about 15 minutes. Seahawks are 5-3. Cardinals are 4-4. And that's kind of surprising.
The Cardinals have done a nice job hanging around, except they're only going to hang around for so long, and I don't think they can beat Seattle tonight.
This game is on NBC tonight, by the way, instead of CBS. So no Tony Romo, who I actually thought has done a pretty nice job. So, I mean, he gets
People
really excited
seem
in
to
the
like him
booth.
just a little more than Phil Sims.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I mean, anything out there was better than Phil Sims. I think the Seahawks are going to win. I have Paul Richardson on my team, so hopefully what Russell Wilson can be thrown at him. He's done really well the last few weeks. We're both going Seahawks. We'll do Bears-Packers last. Saints at Bills. The Saints are 6-2. That defense has been surprisingly well, and they've been doing enough on offense to win. And the Bills are 5-3. It feels like the Bills are about to start sliding downward.
You feel, I mean, the Bills' defense has been pretty good. I'm going to go with the Saints.
Mm-hmm. I'm also going to go with the Saints. The Bills are undefeated at home, and this is a home game for them, so that would be their first home loss. Browns at Lions. That's
how can you pick Cleveland to win a single game this year?
I know. I think they'll win one probably before the end of the season.
Against who?
The
Bears?
No,
they're not beating the Bears.
No, but I think they play Cincinnati again, either once or twice. I don't know if they played Cincinnati.
I don't think they can beat Cincinnati.
I think it's possible. I'm going with the Lions in this game, obviously. They looked really good. I mean, sure, it was against the Packers, but they looked really good on a Monday night. Steelers at Colts. This could be a laugher.
I'm going to go with the Steelers.
Yeah, that one, there's not much to talk about there. If the Steelers don't beat the Colts, there's an issue. Chargers at Jaguars. Jaguars are 5-3. Chargers are 3-5, but kind of on a bit of an uptick.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville. I feel like their record should be better than it is, and obviously, losing Allen Robinson on offense, and obviously Blake Bortles not being great, having the arm strength to heave it downfield is hurting them. They're going to get the win, though.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. I'm going to go. I almost said San Diego. I'm going to go with the LA Chargers. Melvin Gordon's had a really good year this year. I think he's going to run the ball again and keep them in the game, and I think Rivers makes a couple plays here and there, and I think the LA Chargers get it done at Jacksonville. Here's a doozy of a game. Jets at Buccaneers.
I'm going to go with the Jets.
Okay, that would improve their record to 5-5, which is better than what we all thought they'd be.
People thought they'd be lucky to win one game.
Right, and the Buccaneers are 2-6, and now looking back on it, I don't know how they beat the Bears. I mean, it's the Buccaneers are really
Do you remember
struggling.
who the Bears quarterback was in that game?
True. Any game with Mike Glennon, you're bound to lose.
And also, yeah.
So you're going Jets. I'm going Jets as well.
Jets.
Yeah, that's easy. Bengals at Titans. Titans are 5-3. Bengals 3-5. The Bengals, while the defense has been okay, they just aren't very good.
The offense has been terrible since Hugh Jackson left.
Right.
I'm going with Tennessee.
I'm going to go with Tennessee as well. Vikings and Redskins. This could be interesting, if Kirk Cousins gets his act together and starts playing a little better. They've been struggling. They did have a nice win last week. They're 4-4. The Vikings are 6-2. This is kind of a tough one to pick, but I'm going to stick with the Vikings. I think Jerick McKinnon has been a really good asset for them, and I mean, they've been able to do. They have some good weapons, Thielen and Stephon Diggs. So I think they're going to get the job done.
I'm going with Washington.
Okay. That would bring them to 5-4.
They're due for a win at some point. I think they need a big win right here if they want to stay in the playoff race.
Yeah, that's for sure. Texans at Rams. The Texans, of course, are without Deshaun Watson, and the Rams are 6-2. Can you believe that? 6-2, LA Rams. Who would have thought?
It's amazing what good coaching can do.
Yeah, it's amazing what that can do. Are we both going Rams here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It would be, it'd definitely
maybe people will start showing up to those games.
It would be a toss-up if Deshaun Watson was still healthy.
Oh, yeah, it would be a definite toss-up. Hopefully people start showing up to those games. We got Cowboys at Falcons. That's going to be the late game on Fox that I'm assuming we'll get and most of the country will get.
Yesterday, the majority of people would probably take Dallas. Now that Ezekiel Elliott supposedly is suspended this time.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a player that's been suspended more times than Ezekiel Elliott without actually missing a game.
He's suspended. He's not suspended. He's suspended. He's not suspended. It's been back and forth. It really is annoying, too.
I'm going with the Falcons.
Okay.
And the thing is, I'm sure fantasy owners are ready to throw a hissy fit because now he's not going to be available for the final, for the playoffs,
right?
The fantasy playoffs.
This is tough. You have to think the Falcons have to figure it out eventually. They're 4-4. They got to go on a little winning streak eventually. I know Mohamed Sanu is back, and that's kind of been a favorite target of Matt Ryan.
Their offensive coordinator has done a terrible job.
I know it's been bad.
Matt Ryan has 2 games that he has more than 1 touchdown pass in.
Yeah,
that's embarrassing.
That's bad. I think while the Cowboys have been playing well, I tend to agree with you. I think the Falcons are going to get this home one. And then Giants at 49ers. That's as bad as it gets.
I'm going with the 49ers. I just think the Giants are done. I think they've given up on the season. They know it's a lost cause.
Yeah. I think that the 49ers get their first win. They'll be 1-9, and the Giants will be 1-8. So I agree. Okay, the Sunday night game, Patriots at Broncos. The Broncos, after starting off on a high, I remember
at the beginning of the year, I was like, I was just thinking to myself, I just don't like that Broncos offense. There's not a lot to like about it. And then first, few weeks of the season, they're playing really well, and now they're playing the way you expected them to.
Right.
So I'm going with New England.
Pretty hard to go against New England in this game. I agree. I'm going to go with the Patriots. That game's in Denver, by the way. And then the Monday night game, Dolphins at Panthers. Now, the Panthers have been up and down, but they sit at 6-3. The Dolphins, have Jay Cutler back now. They lost on Monday to or was that Sunday? The Sunday night game against Oakland. So, it's been up and down. They're 4-4, though, so this is kind of a tough one to pick. It's at Carolina.
I'm going with Carolina. I don't think the Miami offense is going to be good enough to penetrate that defense. Their offense has been inconsistent, even though Cutler had a really good game against Oakland.
Yeah, he did. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I think they're going to figure it out. They do have some good offensive weapons. Jarvis Landry needs to get involved more. Devontae Parker. Those are 2 pretty good weapons. And like I said, the Panthers have been up and down, and I think this is just a down week for them. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Okay, and then the big game, the Bears and the Packers at Soldier Field. If the Bears win, they'll have the same record as the Packers. Who would have thought?
I'm going with the Bears. I just don't see the Bears losing to Brett Hundley at Soldier Field.
It's pretty tough, and it's a quick turnaround for Green Bay too. So, will they be able to figure it out? It just depends. The Bears have to limit their mistakes. If Trubisky doesn't throw any interceptions and ends up throwing the ball a decent amount downfield, and they rely heavily on Jordan Howard and he produces, I agree. I think the Bears are going to win this game. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be one of those hard-fought games, but I think in the end, the Bears have a good chance, and I think they're going to win. So those are our picks, and that's that. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back. We'll talk about the Hawks. We also still have the Bulls to talk about, as they have started the season. I think they have 2 wins, don't they? Aren't they like 2-7, 2-8, something like that?
They're 2-7.
2-7. They blew out the Orlando Magic, which was pretty exciting. And then they got a hard-fought win against the Atlanta Hawks at the United Center a couple weekends ago. So, we'll talk about the Blackhawks, too, who are in a battle right now with the Philadelphia Flyers. So we'll talk about that all coming up next. Sports Renegades, SportsTownChicago.com.